Why smart people are always alone. There is a specific kind of loneliness that has no name. It is not the loneliness of having no one around you. It is the loneliness of being surrounded by people and still feeling like you are watching everything from behind glass. You are in the room, you are smiling, you are nodding. But somewhere inside, there is a quiet voice whispering, "None of these people really know me." If you have ever felt that, this video is not a coincidence, because what most people do not realize is that feeling, that quiet, unexplainable distance, it almost always belongs to the same kind of person, the smart one. Part 1. The burden of seeing too much. There is a cost to perception that nobody warns you about. When your mind is built to observe, to analyze, to question, to connect dots that most people do not even notice, the world becomes a very different place. You walk into a conversation and you hear what people are not saying. You notice the slight tension behind someone's laugh, the way someone's eyes go flat when they talk about their dreams, the pause before someone says, "I am fine." You see it all. And for a while you think that is a gift, but then you realize most people are not looking for someone who sees that deeply. They are looking for easy. They are looking for light. They are looking for someone who will not make them feel examined. And so slowly, without even meaning to, you learn to hold back. You give people the version of you they are comfortable with, and the rest, you keep to yourself. That is not coldness. That is wisdom wrapped in loneliness. Part 2. Why deep thinkers struggle to connect. Psychologists have studied this for decades. People with higher cognitive complexity, meaning those who think in layers, who see nuance where others see simplicity, often report feeling chronically misunderstood. Not because they are arrogant, not because they think they are better, but because genuine connection requires being met, and that is hard to find when your mind operates on a frequency most people have not tuned into. Think about the last time you tried to share something that really mattered to you, a thought you had been sitting with for days, a question that kept you up at night, and the person across from you smiled politely and changed the subject. That moment, that small, quiet deflection, is something smart people experience over and over again. And after enough times, you stop trying, not out of defeat, but out of self-preservation, because it hurts less to be alone than to reach out and feel more alone in the reaching. Part 3. The exhaustion of performing smallness. Here is something that rarely gets talked about. Smart people do not just feel lonely because they cannot find connection. They feel lonely because they spend enormous energy pretending to need less of it. There is a performance that happens in social situations. You simplify your words. You avoid the topics that make people uncomfortable. You laugh at the small talk even when it feels hollow. You make yourself manageable, and it works. People like you. They find you easy to be around, but none of them know you. This is what psychologists call social masking, the act of presenting a version of yourself that fits the room at the cost of the version that actually needs to be seen. And the cruel irony is this: the better you get at it, the lonelier you become. Because now you are not just alone, you are alone and invisible, surrounded by people who love a version of you that you had to shrink yourself to create. Part 4. The standard problem. Let us be honest about something else. Smart people are lonely, in part because they have standards that are difficult to meet, not impossible, not unreasonable, but real. They want conversations that go somewhere. They want people who are curious, who are honest, who can sit in silence without filling it with noise. They want depth without having to beg for it. And in a world that increasingly rewards surface, that is a hard thing to find. So they wait, they watch, they hold out. And while they are waiting, time passes, and the waiting starts to look like withdrawal, and the withdrawal starts to feel permanent, not because they gave up on people, but because they have not yet found the ones who make the search feel worth it. Part 5. The inner world. Nobody sees. There is one more thing. Smart people are often deeply rich on the inside. A whole interior world, full of ideas, memories, questions, observations, private jokes with themselves. And because that world is so full, solitude does not feel like emptiness. It feels like rest. Being alone is not the punishment for smart people that it might be for others. It is often the relief of not having to perform, of not having to translate yourself, of just being. And so they seek it. Consciously or not, they build a life with more space in it, more quiet, more room to think. And from the outside, that looks like loneliness, but from the inside, it is the only place they have ever felt completely free, the reframe. So if you are someone who has always felt a little set apart, a little outside the circle even when you are standing in the middle of it, I want to offer you something before this video ends. What if your loneliness is not a flaw? What if it is simply the shape of a mind that has not found its people yet? Because they exist, the ones who ask real questions, who sit with uncomfortable truths, who would rather have one honest conversation than 100 easy ones. They are out there, quiet, searching, probably watching a video like this one right now. The depth that makes you hard to know is the same depth that makes you worth knowing. Do not shrink it. Do not apologize for it. Do not perform your way into rooms that were never built for you. The right ones will find you whole, or they will not find you at all. And both of those things, for someone like you, are okay.